Hi everyone! Welcome to another episode of Nathan's 3D Factory. In this episode, I want to show you the advantage of doing editing in multiple objects, okay? So right here, I have multiple objects. I have this, this. I have a lot of them, right? And so I'm setting these up for 3D printing. Now, with 3D printing, you get some things that sometimes have to be like really exact or really precise, right? So in this one, I have these multiple objects. I'm going to have these supports that are going to go across and all this stuff. And so the precision on this needs to be pretty darn accurate, you know? So what I want to show you is that, well, first of all, you'll notice that we have these beveled edges, right? But if I go into edit mode, you'll see that these beveled edges, they are being controlled by bevel weights, okay? So I also have it where this object is being controlled similarly. Right now, I mean, we're not seeing any like modifiers for that. But I mean, basically what happens is that with all these objects, we're going to need to have them interact pretty accurately. So I'm going to have like a ledge that I'm going to be building right here. And I started building a ledge using this method where I was using multiple objects. And then I put into tab mode. Now in the past, you've just been able to do only one object at a time, but having the multiple objects really makes it nice because you can have the option of not having all those modifiers that are getting in the way of your editing, right? So as long as you have modifiers that you haven't applied, you're fine, right? So what I want to show you now is that now we have these objects where what I've done is, I mean, just as an example, I'm going to show you. If I were to do a loop cut right here, then I could get it exactly to this point. So, but then let's say if I needed to get this just like a little hair above, then I could say G, Z, and typically one of these I'll do a 0.2 distance on it, right? So, but anyway, I'm gonna delete that, but that's just like a good example of why it's a really good idea to do like the multiple objects in the edit mode. Now, if I go to local, what's nice is that then I can get rid of things that I don't want to have. And so you'll notice some things that I've done where I've added some grooves, and this is just to indicate where I want to have my cross members. So if I do the local view again, I press the slash key on my keyboard, that'll toggle between them. So then I have all these things where I can edit between all these. So now let's say, okay, so I just want to edit just these three, right? So I can tab edit out of edit mode, go back into my non-local mode, and then I can just get these three objects. Tab in edit mode, local again, and now I have this available. Okay, and then I can hide things as I want to as well. So, like right here, let's say, all right, now I just want to get in where I don't have these, so I'll just like press L to get all the linked stuff, and then press H to hide. Okay, and then what I want to do is that I want to connect a couple of edges right here. I don't know how well you can see this, but these guys I want to connect. I want to get rid of these faces here. So I get rid of that face. Get rid of that face. X, F. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is that I take these right here. 1, GX. Okay. And then I'm going to merge these two together at first. There we go. Okay. And then what I can do is get my edges by pressing 2. Okay. I'll get these edges right here. I'm going to bridge them. Control E, bridge edge loops. Okay. And then I'll just fill in those faces right there. All right, here we go. So I just do that on all these other places. And then I can do Alt-H to unhide that stuff that I'd had hidden before. Okay? And I can say, all right, well, now I want to just hide this one and this one. Hide those. Okay? And then I'll do the same thing here. Oops, hello. All right, there we go. But this is the power that you have of going through and doing multiple object edits, right? So just do a little bit more editing, and then I'm going to wrap up here. Okay, I'll go into vertex mode, GX. Okay, and then we'll merge at first. Okay, there we go. Then go into edge select again. All right. Control E, bridge edge loops. And then I'll just fill these in. So, same thing there. Okay. Also, one thing to note is that I have bevel weights enabled on here, so that's these blue edges. So right here, because I have this new edge that I put, I want to get rid of that. And so what I can do is that I can say Control E. Let's see. And then I'm going to go to the bevel edge right here with the bevel weights, right? Edge bevel weight. Now I'm going to put this at, let's see, -1 is what I want to do here. Okay. And then I end up doing these guys. Okay, edge bevel weights. We want that at 1. So, this is the kind of stuff that I've been doing. And this is my most recent project where I'm doing a reptile hide. So, edge bevel weight, I'm going to do 1. I also want to make sure that everything is set to facing outward for the normals, so I did a Shift N. Okay. All right, so now, last here. Okay. And here's the last one. Okay, delete the face. All right. And now, these guys. There we go. Last one right over here. Okay. I figured I'd at least give you guys the kind of my workflow here. All right. And I'll do the same with edge bevel weight. All right. There we go. Then I would do the same thing right here as well. All right. Come. All right. So we got our edge bevel weights to 1. I want to do the same here. Okay. So, anyway, go. Last ones with these. Gotta make sure I get all these. Yeah. Okay. Edge bevel weight is going to 1. There we go. That one is going to be unmarked. And that'll say where it is. So, there we go. And now I can tab out of edit mode. Let's see. There we go. And get out of local view. And now we have these items that are going to be nice and beveled, and we're going to have nice supports for these objects, for these window objects, essentially. So this is kind of a tower that got like these windows going through it. Got supports here, or mullions is what I call them here. So anyway, that's this episode where you can edit multiple objects together, and then you get a better workflow for editing your stuff. So let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments. Also, make sure to put a like, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so. It really helps us, and you know, I can keep making these episodes and making quality content for you each week. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Nathan's 3D Factory. Have a great day, guys.